Hey guys, creator mom, sitting by my window. I love it. I love how the sky looks beautiful today. I feel like I'm so close to the sky up here. So I just wanted to share an excerpt from Band Money Secrets, another one by Richard Dotts. And so here we go. He says, for many years, I wanted a luxury car, but perceived my lack of money as a stumbling block as to why I could not own the car. Which seems logical, right? It may seem like a subtle point here, but I was actually using my perceived lack of money as an excuse or self imposed limitation as to why I could not have the thing that I wanted. Therefore, I engaged in all sorts of convoluted techniques and meditations to keep asking for that sum of money, through which I imagined that I could use to purchase the car. I love telling this story because you may find some parallels between our experiences, and hopefully they can provide some insights into your current manifestation results. Anytime you ask for money to fulfill something, you are causing yourself to be acutely focused on the lack of money. The money is not there, which is why you have to ask for it. The more focused you are on the lack of money, and the more difficult it is for money, then the more difficult it is for money to come to you. And so it was a self-perpetuating negative cycle I was engaged in, asking and noticing the lack of it, asking and noticing the lack of it, which made it difficult for anything to happen in my life. I actually asked and fervently visualized that car that I wanted for several years on end. I would visualize myself in the driver's seat, hands wrapped over the steering wheel, cruising down my favorite street. I made my visualizations as realistic as possible, complete with feelings, emotions, sights, and sounds. You see, the main issue with most people is not that they are not visualizing or stating their desires enough. The main issue that trips most of us up is how we perceive the lack of money as a big issue, which is what was holding me back all those long years. I would visualize for a while and then go out into physical reality and notice that the money wasn't there yet. Therefore, my visualizations must not be working. Do you see the trap that I myself and so many others have fallen into? I had depended on external validation and evidence to give me confirmation that my good was coming to me. Each time external physical reality showed otherwise, I became discouraged and went back to square one. So the answer to why it took years for me can be easily explained. I was visualizing, then going out and checking reality after I've done so, which reverted my inner state back to one of discouragement and stagnation. Then I would visualize again, feel inspired, and then go out and do the check again. You get the idea. This is exactly why I advocate not using anything external as your yardstick unless it is good and exactly how you want it to be. The surest evidence that things have changed for the better lies in your inner state if you feel better. There is the surest confirmation that things and circumstances have started shifting for you, and no other proof is necessary. So what finally happened for me? I eventually did get the car I was asking for and enjoyed driving it around for many years, always soaking up in the joy and sheer experience of it. I realized when I finally had the car that what I was really after are the feelings of freedom, joy, and creative self-expression. This brings us right back again to our starting point, a point which I have constantly sought to point forth in this book. Focus on how you can express yourself in the highest possible way. What finally did it for me was engaging in a meditation called the Pink Bubble Technique, led by Shakti Gawain from her best-selling book, Creative Visualization. When I did the meditation, which involved visualizing our desire in a pink balloon and gently letting it go, I was actually letting go of some, but not all, of my attachments to my desired outcome. That little bit of letting go, coupled with my very intense asking, almost to the point of desperation over the years, was all that was needed to create an opening long enough for God to deliver my good to me. It was all that was needed to turn the tide. I like that expression, turn the tide. The tides are turning. What the meditation did was to help me release just enough attachment and resistance to my desired outcome, such that my constant fixation on existing physical reality was somewhat reduced. The moment I took my eyes off physical reality as it was, the moment I stopped looking so hard, the things I wanted could come to me. I had finally reached a tipping point. Nowadays, having learned my lesson and knowing everything I know now, I do things very differently. Once I identify my desire for something, I am able to very quickly drop any and all resistance or negative feelings surrounding the intention, which then creates an opening where God or the universe, whatever, delivers it, or something even better into my life. I drop all negative feelings and emotions about having the item and not having the item, as well as the outcome. Those are usually the blocks that impede our manifestations. As I've mentioned several times, the longer you create an opening, the faster and easier your manifestation will come to you.